I'm a huge fan of the Fallout universe, and today I'm going to take my turn in this video to tell you guys how was my experience playing the first game. I'm also going to tell if it is worth playing it today, if you're new to the series or if you already played some of the other Fallout games. Welcome to the channel, let's start the video. As the Fallout TV series is getting popular, a lot of people are probably going to experience the Fallout games for the first time. And today I would like to help those of you who are considering playing the very first game in the Fallout universe. This game has been released in 1997, and for those who have played modern Fallout games, I need to take a step back and adjust to a few things in the game. But before we jump into the details of the game, let me tell you my history with the Fallout universe. Back in 2008, a friend of mine introduced me to Fallout 3 on PC. When I say he introduced me, I mean that he was already hooked on it so bad that he played it day and night until he finished every single quest in it. And when he did, he started the game all over. So when I started to play Fallout 3, I thought this was an FPS game and I was not even using the VATS combat mode, which was a main feature of the Fallout games. As I made progress in the game, I figured it out how it should be played, and eventually it hooked me as well. The post-apocalyptic setting, the open world, the story, the small hidden secrets which you can find everywhere. I played a few years later the Game of the Year edition on PS3 and also the New Vegas version as well. I finished both games multiple times and I will play them again. I just love the atmosphere so much, and I can find new things every new playthrough. When I decided to start my backlog quest, I had decided to play every game, which was good back then and is still good today. So of course the early Fallout games are on my list as well. Before I started playing Fallout 1, I had an idea what I could expect as I played the game for a bit years ago, but I gave up after a short while as I found it difficult, and it just did not give me the same experience as the newer games. But today, I finished around 90% of the game. Yes, I did not finish the whole game, but I can say it for sure that I experienced every way that I wanted to. Your journey begins as a vault dweller in Vault 13, when the Overseer tells you that the water chip in the vault is malfunctioning and you must find a new one. He of course marks it on your map, you receive a few items and you are good to go. Or not, but from here on it's up to you how you will survive the wasteland and solve the issues in around 150 days, otherwise your vault will die without water. So, the doors of Vault 13 is going to be opened and you are going to see the world for the first time. Which is a cave filled with rats. I think you can consider yourself lucky that you are not starting your journey in a Deathclaw nest, as you would be fucked straight away, and the whole vault as well. So now that you left the vault, it is time to kick some ass and for some grave robbery. Let's sue the poor soul who did not get into the vault on time. We're going to need his stuff much more. No more nice behavior like in the vault. That is what I like in the Fallout games, that you can play any way you like. You can be a saint, or you can play yourself and make decisions you would make if you'd be there. Or you can be a real asshole who reaches through the wasteland. And the best thing is that each of your actions, good or bad, will have an effect on your karma, which is going to affect how people interact with you. It must be noted that this is not really there in Fallout 1. For the second game, this will be more important. So once you leave the safety of Vault 13 and the cave filled with rats, you are going to experience that the game is just as unforgiving as the wasteland itself. Until you build up your character and get some better weapons and armor, and of course lots of caps, it is challenging. And I am not using the word difficult because it is challenging, but in a way that you don't want to give up. You want to continue, but you are careful where are you going and what are you doing. The combat is turn-based, so you have plenty of time to think what you are going to do, but don't expect anything complex like in a strategy RPG game. With each weapon, you have multiple options how you are going to use it. Even with melee weapons, you have a choice to swing a knife or stab your enemy with it. With a shotgun, you can use single or burst fire mode, and with every attack you have the option to enter VATS mode where you can choose which body part you would like to hit, and you can see how much chance you have to actually land that hit. There are a lot of places that you can explore, a lot of people to talk to, and you can take side quests as well. I have to say that there were a few surprising things for me which was surreal or surprising in the game. Once I stumbled upon a crazy guy next to a small shed surrounded with car wrecks, and he was trying to sell someone for me. When I told him that the cars are junks, he thought I was crazy. Anyway, just in case, I robbed his shack and pickpocketed him. Sorry ma'am, the wasteland is a cruel place. Another time, I found a Nuka-Cola truck lying on its side with some wooden crates. When I investigated the crates, I found 8,000 caps in one of them, which was an absolute treasure to find, as it is a lot of money in the game. I straight away bought some better gear for myself, and this was the point when the game levels get easier and easier. You can enter abandoned vaults, underground military bases, also a huge crater where an old military research site took a direct nuclear hit, and you can explore the facility. After, of course, you took a lot of red X and red away. In the various settlements, cities, you can find merchants who is going to barter with you, and you can also find companions who are going to help you on your journey throughout the wasteland. The multiple answer question conversation option is here. This was part of the game's anti-Fallout 4. Yes, I know that there is a mod where you can implement this in the game. For me, the most interesting thing was to experience that you really can see the evolution of the Fallout games if you play the first game. And you can still find things in the latest game which was already present in the first one. These things can be items, factions, locations, and all this stuff. And also the small details. Like if you noticed, I found an Elvis picture in this dead alien, apart from this very cool energy weapon, which I was used after it. So these really small things, these small touches, which they makes the game unique. Now let's see what did I like in the game. The Fallout atmosphere is definitely there. The post-apocalyptic setting feels similar, and it's a different experience in a 2D third-person viewpoint. You do not have radio like in the later games, but the music is very good, it matches the atmosphere perfectly. The enemies are making comments while you are in combat. Also on the people screen you can see some funny comments about what happened. Like you got a nasty scar, but it will be good conversation starter. The character generation, the skills and perks are as good as they in the later games. You can specialize and build different characters, so the replayability is very high. Speaking about replayability, there are multiple endings, which is an absolute plus, and it really depends how you handle your quests, how you handle your conversations, so the replayability is very, very high. So what are those what I don't like about the game? The controls are okay, but you need to get used to how to use items on specific places and how to use a skill. But to be fair, once you figure it out, it will be straightforward. Sometimes because of the viewpoint it is hard to see what is in front of you or under you. If you move away, this can be solved, and I cannot really see any other way how this could be improved, so it is a minor complaint. I said that we cannot compare this game to the modern ones, so the next few things are not going to be negative things, but not because of the game is bad. I say these because I experienced these in modern games where many things have been improved. For me, the most negative thing was that I could not find many details about the world as you could in the later games. There are no abandoned terminals where you can find hidden stories about some random characters. You can speak many people and you can get information about the settlements, cities, but these things are not as deep as in the later series. Or maybe I missed them. If I did, please let me know in the comments so I can check them out in my second playthrough. Also, you can explore the world as you wish, but you do not have that same feeling as you had in the later games. This probably has something to do with the perspective, because in the later Fallout games I seen something on a hill and I just went to check it out and I found something. I spoke a lot about the game, but I did not answer the main question of the video. Should you play Fallout today? In my opinion, yes. It is nice to see where the series are started, and if you play the early games, you can see the evolution in each game. But it is worth saying that, as I mentioned earlier, you need to adjust your expectations and read the beginner's guide before starting the game. I was using one as well. Did I enjoy my time while playing Fallout 1? Yes, I did. However, it did not give me the same experience as the later entries, but I am not saying this in a negative way. You cannot really compare the early games to the modern ones. Not just because of the graphical and technical differences, because they are completely different and they shouldn't compare to each other. So am I going to play Fallout 1 again? It is hard to tell. I'm not saying that I am not, probably yes one day again, but it wasn't that fulfilling Fallout experience as I wanted. Don't get me wrong, the game is not bad and I'm going to play Fallout 2, which is very similar to this. If the game would be bad, I would skip the second part, which I'm not going to do. Actually, I'm looking forward to playing it. I hope this video was useful for you and you got a better idea what to expect before playing the first Fallout game. Thank you for being with me here today, and I will see you in the next backlog quest video.